This is the free byproduct of our cow dung compost which we can give to our plants. This will be available after every 2 to 3 days. To make cow dung compost, firstly we require dried cow dung so that we can handle them easily. Now take a hammer and break them in small pieces. You can purchase this dried cow dung from online stores and also you can get it from dairy farms. Breaking them in small pieces initially will make your composting process very fast. Now collect all the small pieces of your dried cow dung in a pot. You can choose plastic pot or a cemented pot. Both are good. Make sure it has drainage hole and remember that every single part of this cow dung, dried cow dung is important. So collect all the small part of this cow dung remaining on this ground. Now remember that composting bin must be kept in bright shady location where it can receive optimum amount of light but not too much of sunlight, as excessive heat can damage our compost bin pile. Composting or the microbial activity only happen in moisture, so remember that you have to give right amount of moisture in your compost bin. At the starting days, we can give 2 to 3 times water per day, as this will encourage the more microbial activities and it will also increase the water retention in your compost pile. With the drainage hole, excessive water will always come out, so make sure you have lid so that we can collect the liquid fertilizer which will give to our plant on 2 to 3 days basis. And covering our compost bin is very important, as this will not allow bad smell to come out. After 2 days, and I have kept my compost bin near my plants. Here you can see the little bit amount of swollenness in our cow dung. Now it's time to break them in small pieces so that composting get very fast and easy. And as told earlier, we will get this black gold liquid fertilizer for our plant, and this fertilizer can be given to our any plant directly. This will not harm your plant. In fact, it will give a booster growth to your plants, which you will observe within few days of giving this fertilizer. After 15 days, one trick to avoid bad smell is that you have to use old compost. This will encourage the composting and also the bad smell will go away, as the composting process will be very fast. And introducing old compost means that we are giving large amount of microorganism which will feed on this compost and it will further break down. And remember to shuffle this whole pile of compost. This will encourage further aeration in this composting bin and the further decomposition process will get reduced. And remember that after shuffle you have to give moisture to your compost pile. This will encourage further microbial activity and your composting will get more fast. Giving less water or watering only the top part is very important. This will not encourage fungus growth and it will also stop the smell. After 60 days, here you can see the composting color is also changing. It means something is happening in our compost. That is, composting is going on and our composting is turning black in color. Now we will do a little bit of shuffling. This will increase the aeration flow and the bacterial growth will also increase. This will increase the decomposition process. Here you can see the color of our composting. It is turning dark in color. Now we will have to add a little bit of old compost. This will increase the microbial activity and further decomposition process will get increased. If you don't have old compost, you can also add garden soil. This also contains lots of microorganisms which will increase the decomposition process. And remember that after adding soil or any compost, you have to do a little bit of shuffling so that it can mix very well. And then after you have to give a little bit of water. Now giving water is very important. That is, we have to give right amount of water so that no sogginess is there, no overwatering is there, but we get a little bit amount of water under this lid, as this is the only free fertilizer which we can get earlier and we can give it to our plant. And this is a growth booster fertilizer which can increase the growth of our any plant. Here I'm giving this fertilizer to my mint plant and my mint plant is doing very well. This liquid fertilizer can be given after every 10 days, and this will increase only the plant health. And here you can see my mint plant, it is growing very well, and I do harvest after every 3 to 4 days and it continue to grow. After 90 days, my compost is ready. Here you can see the dark brown color. It means our composting is done and now you can use this fertilizer in any plant. People say that generally giving cow dung compost can burn your plant roots and also the stem, but fully decomposed cow dung will not do the same. Now we will use a strainer and we will separate the small decomposed cow dung with the large particle, as large particle take longer period to decompose. Now with the help of strainer, just stain all the small particle. Now separate all the cow dung compost with the strainer and collect all the big particles separately, as it will help you in separating the decomposed cow dung and non-decomposable cow dung. And here you can see our fully decomposed cow dung is ready. Now they can be given to any plant and it will boost the growth of our plant and it will also help in getting more and more amount of fruitings. But before giving to any plant, make sure you sun dry this compost as it will not allow fungus to grow. Now you can store this decomposed cow dung for many years as it does not have any expiry date. Now collect all the big particle in the same compost bin, as we want further decomposition of this big particle also so that we can give to our plants. Make sure that your compost have enough amount of moisture so that it can start the composting process. Now remember that you can give this fertilizer after every 30 days. This will boost the plant growth.
Now we will make our second fertilizer, that is cow dung liquid fertilizer. This is most powerful fertilizer than any other fertilizer. To prepare this, we just require a dried cow dung and a 10 to 20 liter of bucket. We can prepare this fertilizer very fast, that is just within 24 hours. Just keep this bucket in shady environment for nearly 24 hours. And after 24 hours, our fertilizer is ready. This fertilizer contains all the macro and micronutrients which are required for a plant growth and development. We can give this fertilizer after every 2 to 3 days as it does not harm your plant and also it will not attract fungus. You can always give this fertilizer to any indoor and outdoor plant. This will help them to grow more leaves. Especially you will get lush green leaves because of presence of nitrogen in this fertilizer. From many decades, the farmer are using this type of fertilizer in their crop and they are getting more yield in harvesting just because of the simple presence of good quality of nitrogen. Giving this fertilizer to any plant soil will increase the microbial activity in the soil and help plant to absorb much part of the nutrients from the soil. And just by absorbing good quality of nutrients in the soil, the plant will give you more fruiting and vegetables. This is my brinjal plant and here you can see the plant condition is very awesome. Means the plant is growing very well and it requires all type of nutrients from the soil. I am just giving a liquid fertilizer. This is my bottle gourd plant and it is on its full potential, that is required large amount of micro and macronutrients, and giving this fertilizer will boost its growth and also the fruiting will enhance. And we will get 100% result just by giving a good quality fertilizer to our growing plant. This is the result and here you can see the bottle gourd is growing long enough. Let me show you how to give the cow dung compost. This is the dried cow dung compost which we will give to our mint plant and also the capsicum. A detailed video of our capsicum is available on the channel. You can have a look. Here we are giving 3 tablespoons of a cow dung compost. The pot size is nearly 8 to 10 inches and this is enough for a single pot. Best time to give fertilizer to any plant is when it is fruiting or when it is on its growing stage. Now we will give this fertilizer to our mint plant as mint plant also require large amount of fertilizer for its growing as we harvest mint on daily basis. Always remember, once you give fertilizer, add water so that the decomposition process further get start and your plant can absorb the nutrients. Here is my chili plant and let me show you the another way of giving our fertilizer. This method is just for the fast absorption of our fertilizer. Here we have to do a little bit of tilling of the soil so that our fertilizer get easily decompose and mix in the soil and then our plant can easily absorb them. So do little bit tilling nearby around of the plant and just sprinkle lots of fertilizer in the soil. Giving nutrients or fertilizer in the soil is very important as the container contain limited amount of resources in the soil. So we have to provide timely. This will help your plant in growth and development. Just we have to take one point in consideration, that is giving fertilizer according to the pot size. If given excess amount of fertilizer, this will harm your plant not directly, indirectly. That is, it will allow fungus to grow and also the plant health may get damaged. Here you can see my ladyfinger plant producing lots of flower and fruiting, so it requires large amount of fertilizer, that is high quality fertilizer which we have made by ourselves. Here you can see our cow dung compost rich in organic manure. This will boost the plant growth and also improve the soil quality. Now it's time to end the video, but if you are interested in growing almonds from seed, here you can see the example. You can watch on my channel. Do subscribe and hit like for beautiful explanation. Also, if you are interested in growing lotus from seed, you can watch the video. Both the videos are available on the channel. And thanks for watching. Visit again. Do subscribe my channel. Thank you.